All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bracha HaKodash. Double honors unto the elder high priest that taught my elder apostles. Double honors unto my elder apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone of GMS. Peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Atazaria from the Great Millstone, Houston. And I'm going to get right into this lesson dealing with America being the revised Roman Empire. And this is some more information I came across. You know, we've done countless numbers of videos proving that point. And I had watched a video from about a year ago, and Elder Apostle Kabor was bringing out the similarities of America being Rome all over again, because Vocab went up to one of the camps. I believe it was in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere, I can't remember right off the rip, but Vocab went up there and was talking about, this ain't Rome, this ain't Rome revised. Well, you have to be a complete idiot to believe that, okay? The architecture, the governmental structure, okay, whether it's Democrats, Republicans, plebeian, patricians, okay, it's all the same playbook, okay? So when I was going through this, all right, I saw that little short video. It was showing the House Mace, which we're gonna get into that. Okay, the House of Representatives. I was like, when they first showed it, I was like, that's a fascist bundle. You know, I just knew right off the rip because of where I worked previously. Everything was had Roman architecture in my last place of employment. Even the handles on the doors were fascist bundles. You know, you did like not a round knob, but a handle, like you push down or pull up to make it open the door. Well, those handles were fascist bundles, all of them, even the ones that didn't even have a knob, so to say, to turn it to turning mechanism to open the door. You just pull it. Even those restroom doors had fascist bundles on them. Okay, so when I say I noticed, okay, because I've been working around this for the last 9.5 years, okay, which I didn't want to take pictures of the facility and show them, you know, it could have compromised, my job. Anyhow, without further ado, okay, nothing but them goddamn spam calls. Yeah, good. I'm glad I did. Good. All right, won't even go off. That's all right, too. All right, so without further ado, let me play a little bit of this, and I'm going to say fair use. This is from a video from 2 years ago, all right? Because as soon as I saw that video, I started looking on the YouTube. I said, it's got to be something on the House Mace. So without further ado, let me play this. Fair use. I'm not making any money off of this. This is for educational purposes only, okay? Let me play this.
The Mace of the House of Representatives, sometimes nicknamed the House Mace or the Mace of the Republic, is considered a symbol of authority.
The Mace of the Republic, because really this is supposed to be a republic. Under the, this even said in the for the republic for which it stands, yada yada yada, in the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, so this is actually a republic, which most people don't even know that. They think they live in a damn democracy, man. Okay, well, it's supposed to be a republic. Anyhow, let me play this.
For the House. This is actually common in a lot of legislatures around the world, especially in the British Commonwealth, where the parliamentary mace represents a symbol of the monarch's authority. They put it on display to symbolize they have permission to create laws, and then they freak out if someone dares touch it. However, while Commonwealth maces look a lot like royal scepters, the House mace has a much different design. There is a bundle of 13 ebony rods, meant to symbolize the original 13 colonies,
13.
wrapped together with silver and with a silver orb on top representing the globe in the Western Hemisphere, with the famous American eagle perched on top. It also fittingly weighs 13 pounds.
13.
The symbol of bound rods with a staff of some kind in the middle.
13. That's part of their symbolism. Okay?
Represents the fasces symbol, an Etruscan and Roman symbol for authority and power.
Yep.
This is also where fascism comes from, since, fascism loves absolute authority. But the United
Fascism loves absolute authority. Did you hear that? Now watch this. Let's see what fascism is. All right. Fascism is a far right, ultra nationalist. Ultra, not just a nationalist, but an ultra nationalist. As a matter of fact, before we go any further, let's do this. What is a nationalist? A person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interest, especially to the exclusion or detriment, all right, if I'm pronouncing it right, of interests of other nations. Okay? Let me go back. Okay? So, fascism is a far right, ultra nationalist, and authoritarian political ideology that emphasizes a totalitarian state. As we get state two, I'll figure out how to work that thing properly one day. Let me go back. All right, let's copy that real fast. Let's do this. A totalitarian state is an extreme form of authoritarian government. Okay. Well, what the hell is that? Let's see. No, we didn't want to get all that. Not today, devil. All right. An authoritarian government is a political system that concentrates power in the hands of a single leader or a small group, suppressing political pluralism, all right, limiting civil liberties, to what you niggas always been fighting for, and undermining the rule of law and democratic institutions. These regimes often manipulate public sentiment, use disinformation through your media, and dissimulate and dismantle independent institutions to maintain control, sometimes emerging from democratically elected leaders who erode checks and balances from within. Your politicians. Okay? I watched another guy today on an interview, and the interviewer asked him, he said, "So you really don't vote?" He said, "For what?" He said, "Voting doesn't change anything. All that shows is that you still believe in and support the system that is oppressing you." He said, where in history shows us people don't go and vote and change comes. Change comes through force. When Iraq was invaded, did they go in there and say, you know what, we need to all just sit down and put this to a vote? No, they invaded with force. Okay? It wasn't a vote. Esau conquers lands. How does he conquer them? Does he go in and negotiate? No, he goes in and he changes things by force. He understands this principle. But he has people fooled in the illusion of, hey, vote. Make a difference. Vote or die. Make a change. Hey, you don't vote, you can't say nothing. Well, I don't believe in this system. I believe it's corrupt. Why would I vote for this? Why would I pledge a vow to this? Or anyone that is in support of this, okay? And people have got to be, this has got to be the dumbest generation, because people continue to vote. After all the evidence has come out that voting doesn't do anything. And then who you going to put in there? As they say, the lesser of two evils. So you're still voting for evil. See? Anyway, and when does any politician come out and say, hey, look, we're tired of being lied to. We know we the Hebrew Israelites and we want change to come and we're ready to take this down. Vote for me. Right? Anyway, it says and undermining the rule of law and democratic institute. Oh, okay, from checks and balances from within. Now let me go all the way back to the jump. Okay, so going back, fascism, because we just got through witnessing they use a fascist bundle, right? Where did they get that from? Rome. And we just got, we'll go back. We'll go back. All right. Let me just read it. It says ultranationalist political ideology characterized by a dictatorial leader, right? A single party state, forced suppression of opposition, and militarism. Militarized. Okay? All aimed at creating a unified, often mythical national rebirth through social and economic programs and purging eternal enemies. Rooted in extreme nationalism, it emphasizes the will of a perceived righteous people and their leader above facts and traditional liberties, right? Often leading to the scapegoating and dehumanization of minority groups to foster unity and justify expansionist goals. Am I describing America yet? You see? Now watch this. Let me put in a... Hey. Let me just do this. This should come up. A fascist bundle or fascist is a symbol from ancient Rome, consisting of a bundle of wooden rods bound together with an axe. Okay? Now, of course, we didn't see the axe there, but it's the same concept, right? And instead, they put the eagle on top, of course, sitting on top of the globe. Not America, the whole globe. We're going to go back to it. Let me see if we get some images. Okay, these are fascists, which also, by the way, okay, is what used to be on dimes. Let me see. They may have a picture of one. There we go, right there. Well, that's ancient. Okay. Let's see. Ancient Rome. See? There they are, fascist symbols. Fascism from Wikipedia. And then who do we have? Hitler. Aaron Russo has a movie From Freedom to Fascism. Okay, check that out. There's another one. And that's in Italy. Okay. Let's see if we can find one of the dime. Matter of fact, let me click this and see what it says. Let me see. It ain't gonna say. They make you do that. Let me see something. Latin, fascist bundle. All right. Italian. All right. Latin, fascist bundle. Derived from fasces or from a common origin. Latin, fascia, band, a bandage. Okay. Spanish, faja, belt, sash, or strip. American Spanish, fajita, little strip of meat. Ooh, I never knew that. You learned something. Learned something new today. Okay, that's where you get fajita. Wow. Let's go back. Where is this at? Buffalo? Is this Buffalo, New York? Hey, where is this? The U.S. Senate. Slocky, let me... Dude, I'm sick of them damn spam calls. Okay? This is the U.S. Senate. Okay? Look. Rome the second time. See? But we don't know what we're talking about. See, you got all these jokers out here trying to dispel or dissimulate this truth. You can't. You can't do nothing against the truth. You can only do for the truth. Okay? roughly paraphrasing. God damn. See, that's the devil. Because them calls wasn't even coming in like that till I started doing this lesson. Okay? Look, see? Looky who? Looky. Looks like the axe is surrounded by a couple of Nimrods. Yeah. It sure the hell is. And the Most High is going to take this place down. Just like better than the Tower of Babel. Okay? Surrounded by a couple of Nimrods. Okay? Let me read this. The fastest motif on the wall in the house chamber is an interesting story since they never took it down even during the Second World War. And during the rise of Mussolini, many American politicians, including President Roosevelt, saw his rise to power as a good development in Europe. Sometimes these lessons have to be relearned. Yep. But yet these will be all of the same people that this government is telling you, don't be like that, be against da. But secretly behind the curtain, they're doing the same thing. And it's not even, it's right out in the open now, but that's how you hide an elephant. You put it in plain sight. Okay? Now let me do this. Because I want to go back to, let's go all the way back. Okay, let me read this a little bit. All right, a fasces bundle, known as the fasces, an ancient Roman symbol, right, of a bundle of rods tied around an axe that represents authority. Respect my authority. You see? It says power and the strength derived from unity. The term fascism derives from the Latin word for this bundle, fasces. Right? We just got that. A single rod is easily broken, but when bound together in the bundles, they become strong and unbreakable, symbolizing collective power. Yeah. Fasces was used by Roman magistrates and leaders carried by lictors and symbolized the executive authority, strength, and ability to enforce law. Symbolism. The bundle of rods suggested the power to punish by beating, while the axe symbolized the power to behead. The underlying idea was that a unified, organized group was stronger than an individual was stronger than individual members. Okay? Yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back to the YouTube. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Let me go back just a smidge. Fair use.
Up representing the globe and the Western Hemisphere, with the famous American eagle perched on top.
Yeah,
it also fittingly weighs 13 pounds. The symbol of bound rods with a staff of some kind in the middle represents the fasces symbol, an Etruscan and Roman symbol for authority and power. This is also where fascism comes from, since, fascism loves absolute authority. But the United States in this case has always had a lot of Roman Republic symbolism, and the fasces as a symbol is nothing surprising. They even used to have it on the dime until it was changed to a torch after World War II. Nevertheless,
wow, you see that shit? What we just read? They didn't take it down in the house even during World War II, right? But they took it off the dime after World War II. Ain't that something? Well, dimes are in circulation, so many people would see those dimes, correct? How many people you even think give a crap about what it looks like inside of the House of Representatives? Americans, Americans. What? Probably 1% of the people actually give a crap. See? This devil ain't slick. 2 Corinthians, 3:11 or 2:11? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let's continue.
Sign of the house mace has existed since 1842. Originally, there was a wooden mace used by the house, but it got destroyed in the War of 1812 when the British lit the Capitol on fire. I couldn't find any depiction of it anywhere. In 1842, they hired a New York silversmith named William Adams and had him make it for $400, which in today's money is about $12,500. It has stood the test of time since then, although every 10 years the house mace is sent away to the Smithsonian to be cleaned and restored. Similar to other maces, the House of Mace is used ceremoniously in the House of Representatives. When the House is in session, it stands on a pedestal to the right of the House Speaker.
They've taken this video down.
Salakia. You know, I kind of wanted to get a little more of that because I didn't get a chance to even watch the whole video myself. But with these commercials and shit, we not going to even, I'm not going to even, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, now I'm just looking at the dumbass comments. Let's get some scriptures. All right. So as we see, this is just more evidence that this is Rome revised. Okay, let me get this scripture. We'll start here. All right, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. This is Rome revised. Okay, matter of fact, let me get another scripture, because Rome came back through America, through what people know as the United States. Okay, this is Rome revised all over again. Let me do this. Okay, let me see where it's at. Let me see. I'm gonna go to Revelation 13. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. I just want to get straight to the point. Give me 1 second. Let me get my scriptures. Okay, I got what I was looking for, and I also let that video play that way. That bit of that commercial went away, you know. So you know what? Let me play a little bit in this. We're gonna get Revelation 13 as well. Okay, let me play a little more. Matter of fact, let me see something. Okay, because those are the sergeant at arms for the House and the Senate. Hey, go watch the video, The House of Mace, Weapon of Congress. I'll put the description in the I'll put the link in the description box. Let me see. Let me go right back, all right. But right there. Okay.
The House Speaker. When the House is in committee, it's kept by the Sergeant at Arms' desk. Pretty straightforward, but what about disciplining? I'll let former House Sergeant at Arms Jack Russ explain it.
Very powerful symbol which allows the Speaker to maintain order if and when the House became completely unruly. He would instruct the Sergeant at Arms to present the mace, and when you present the mace, you literally walk down to the members and present the mace. Or if, in the event that a quorum could not be established in the House of Representatives, he would instruct the Sergeant at Arms to round up the members, whereupon I would take the mace and go out and to the Capitol Square here and bring members back into the chamber for me.
Now, admittedly, it's kind of cool and funny to imagine the idea of a sergeant at arms finding you and essentially holding the mace like a bat and asking if you want to come back to the house the easy way or the hard way. But has the mace ever gone past being merely presented? Has it been wielded?
That's neither here nor there. Whoop-de-doo. Let me go to, I just like stuff like that. Anyway, let me go back to Revelation 13. You know what? I'm going to start at 9. This is Revelation 13:9. And if any man have an ear, let him hear, a spiritual ear, to understand. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and faith of the saints. This is what we're patiently waiting on. Okay? Verse 11, Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, okay? Your Democrats, your Republicans, like I stated earlier, the plebeians and patricians, okay, of old, okay? It says, and he had two horns like a lamb, okay, and he spake as a dragon. They definitely speaking as a dragon right now, man, okay? But you look at a lamb as this little innocent creature, you know, but it's speaking as a dragon. The lamb is the illusion that America gives. But you got to look and see what's coming out of this. Okay? Verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which was what? Rome. And caused the earth and them which dwelled therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See, it was healed through the Renaissance. Really, America, okay? Because this is their power structure, okay? This is Rome again, okay? It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Rome was destroyed, but it came back through America. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, okay, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live, okay? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And then we know it's going into the MOTB, okay? The mark of the beast, right? So this is that. We're living in modern day Rome. And as Rome, America as well will fall through divine intervention, okay? Because even Rome back then fell through divine intervention. Everything happens through divine intervention, ultimately, okay? But we know when we say divine intervention, America's going to be taken down, and we need divine intervention. We know that we're speaking about Yahweh's return, okay, and the takedown of the modern day Rome, okay? So Lord willing, this was edifying. It's just more receipts, okay, that this is Rome revised, okay? So with that, I'm going to close. It's on to the next one. Until then, I say shalom.